Hi there, I'm Sam Moser, and I've been rebuilding my Ford Transit camper van. And today I'm going to talk about these funky foam blobs up in the front corner of the van. So when you're building out a camper van, there's always lots of weird curves to cut around and weird shapes you have to fit. But one of the most annoying areas I've always found to deal with is these big foam blobs that Ford has placed at this front corner. And basically, it's a big piece of foam that was their solution on how to transition from the cab's headliner to the back of the van. And to make the decisions about these all the more complicated, the bottom section of this foam blob actually wraps around and protects part of the front side curtain airbag here. And then the rest of the piece is basically just a bunch of foam in a weird shape. Yeah, it sort of protects the wiring harness here, but just kind of covers this spot on the wall. Now, I've already wrapped these in fabric, which I'll show you how I did later in the video, but normally this would just be a big chunk of basically styrofoam. Now, I can't give you an official answer as to whether or not it's okay to modify these. You'll have to look up what Ford says about it and make your own decisions. But I'm going to show you how I'm handling these foam blobs in this revision of my build. If you search around in the Ford Transit online forums or elsewhere on YouTube, you'll see there's different strategies different people have done to deal with these foam blobs. From leaving them totally alone and just building around them, to cutting off sections so that they're a little less obtrusive, to wrapping them in fabric, or just leaving them plain. And I'm not going to say the way I handled the foam blobs in this build is the best way to do it. I just wanted to put another example out there of one way to do it. So here we go. In my video of building the ceiling in this van, I showed how I trimmed part of the top edge of this foam blob in order to be able to continue some ceiling panels back up and over this piece. Without doing that, your ceiling panels would need to stop before it, and then they would just kind of be unsupported in that last bit. These foam blobs connect with two little mounting plastic pins that go into holes in the metal here. Some people also choose to cut off this little section here and give a straight kind of line right here. And if you get rid of this curve, it actually makes the fabric a lot easier to wrap around the shape. I didn't do that, so I'll show you as I upholster it how I handle that curved area, which did require kind of having an exposed fabric edge and using two pieces of fabric, but it looks okay, and that part's kind of at the top. You don't see it very closely. Now, let's go ahead and back up to the upholstery process, how I prepped and put the fabric on this, and then I'll come back to mounting these in place. These are the plastic pins that the foam blobs clip into place with. I'm going to glue these pins in place so that I can fill in these recessed areas with foam to make the blobs easier to upholster. I used a Forstner drill bit to slightly drill out the area where the head of the pin sits, and then used a thick super glue to glue the pins in place. I used a CA glue accelerator to quickly cure the glue. Next, I grabbed a can of Great Stuff Gaps and Cracks spray foam to fill in these areas. I couldn't think of a way to easily upholster or cover these recessed spots, so I decided to do this and just make them flush with the surface. I overfilled each spot, probably too much given how much the foam continues to expand as it cures, but that's okay. Once the foam had cured, I used a small pole saw to trim the spray foam flush to the surface. I used a little bit of sandpaper wrapped around a block of wood for some additional cleanup. I then did the same for the larger foam fills, but using a larger Japanese-style pole saw called a Ryoba. If you don't have a saw quite like these, you can probably work with whatever hand saws you may have around, maybe a hacksaw or a coping saw. But if you're looking to buy more saws, I find these two styles handy to have all the time, usually for trimming wood though. I'll link them and other items in the video description. I continued trimming these patches flush and smooth. Then I repeated this on the second foam blob. After this, I was ready to glue some fabric on. These are pretty awkwardly shaped pieces, so I wasn't totally sure how it would go, but I just cut a piece of fabric and went for it. I folded the fabric in half over the top and sprayed 3M90 adhesive on the foam and the back of the fabric. Let it dry a little, and then began to smooth it out. I mostly just focused on the top surface for now, and then repeated for the other half. For the large curved side, I stretched the fabric down and around the curve. For the tighter dropped curved side, I decided that the fabric didn't have enough stretch to cover this, and I cut a separate piece of fabric to glue on there. I trimmed the top edge of this piece flush and wrapped the bottom edge around the back side of the blob. Where the top piece overlaps, I trimmed it to the shape of the curve and then used a lighter to melt the fabric edges together and prevent fraying. Then, I carefully added a little more adhesive and smoothed this edge down. I continued to work around the rest of the edges, trimming and wrapping a small bit of the foam around to the backside. The fabric had quite a bit of tension on it in a few spots, so I added clamps to keep it pinned down until the adhesive cured. Here's how the first one came out. Now, I could repeat all this for the second one. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and install this one on the passenger side in place. Go ahead and pop off this wall panel for the moment. Oops. Now, I left this extra fabric here, and that was to cover this metal here, and then when I upholster the bottom part, I'll figure out how to transition those two together. But that means I'm going to put a little bit more fresh spray adhesive on back here and on right here, so I need to pull this weather strip off. See if I got that in the right spots. We can always sneak a little more adhesive back there later. Okay, so I got to line up my two pins to click into place. So I got the pin on this side lined up, having a little trouble getting the one here lined up. I do know I need to be careful with these because they are just, glued in place with that spray foam over, and I don't want those to pop out on me. I'll try to put that one to seat. Ooh, that one's seated. Felt it click in. It's good. How do you say? I can tell the rest of this is not quite in the right spot. It just also doesn't quite want to line up either. Ah, it did. Got it. I think it's about in. So I'm going to try to roll this onto the metal now. Spray shield. Let that get tacky. Alright, this will help anchor it in place a little more too. I almost wish I would have left the fabric longer, like this whole way across. Now I'll go ahead and put the weather strip back in place. Pop this panel back in. Maybe. Everything still aligns. Okay. So I still need to do some kind of fabric trim under here and then continuing on right here just to match my rear columns. But other than that, this is in. Fits not perfect. I think that's from how the ceiling panels and the top mix, but pretty decent fit overall. And then just having this foam blob match the wall panels, I think ties everything together a little better. Alright, to repeat on this side, I'll pop off both of these wall panel sections here so that my fabric can run behind right there. Now I think I should put a staple in this fabric right here to hold it taut. Okay, and then how's the saying go? Everything's a hammer if you make it one. Now let's try to get these two clips lined up. That one was easy to see on the outside there. And then, okay, This one, I'm just kind of going to feel around until the clip's lining up. This way, maybe. This way. That way. There it goes. Lined up. Cool. Alright, so on this one, the wood panel comes past this. So I'm going to go ahead and trim this excess fabric here so that it's not overlapping this too much. And then I'll just tuck it in this little gap right here. Go ahead and put my wall panel back in place now. Alright, so obviously I still have a patch of ceiling here that needs some planks added to finish it off. But as far as this getting the foam blob back in place, I'm really happy with the alignment. This side actually aligned a little better than the one on the other side did. And this all ties together good. It just feels really trimmed and polished to me now. Alright, that's all I got for this one. Like I said at the top, I'm not saying this is the best way to handle the foam blobs, but it's one example you can look at and decide how you want to do it yourself in your van. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.